Irvingman, watches shows sitting on his can. Tells a story, tells a joke, monetizes cause he's broke. Look out, here comes the Irvingman.
Remember last time how I talked about the way Marvel used real cities and real monuments and such? That didn't always apply to countries.
Here comes the Prime Minister. Quick, get some pictures, Charlie. Look out! He's not going to stop! They've locked us out.
Do they call this country Rutania or Rudetania?
They can't do that to us. Maybe they can keep Peter Parker out, but not Spider-Man.
The news gathering trade calls that unfair advantage, but Peter found more than he bargained for.
Oh, something's wrong.
My makeup is perfect. Don't you agree, Mr. Prime Minister?
Take the picture, Peter, then show it to the FBI. No, he'll take the picture and then just barge in.
No one will guess the truth.
Except your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
One might say I'm going to raise some cane.
I would say don't quit your day job, but his day job seems to be somewhat illegal, so I guess I have to modify that cliche. Quit your day job, but find something other than comedy to replace it with.
The police will be here any minute, Mr. Prime Minister. But that's not the real Prime Minister.
I warn you, this will provoke an international incident.
I have proof right here. The camera, it's gone.
We're 10 full episodes in, and he still hasn't figured out to get out of the way when some guy points a cane at him.
I can't prove it now, you phony, but I'll be back.
You can prove it right now. Pull the fake beard off and take it with you. There's a good chance he didn't bring a spare.
It was bad enough when the Prime Minister wanted a $10 million loan. Now he'll probably demand $20 million because of Spider-Man's attack. And my paper is on record against any such loan.
Mr. Jameson, how could you, of all men, deny 40 million people?
There's your answer, Jonah. He's gonna want 40 million, one for each citizen.
Who are you?
The Prime Minister of a country that needs your great sympathy and understanding.
Why is he coming to Jonah instead of to the President or the Secretary of State or somebody else who actually has something to do with foreign policy? Because LBJ was too busy to do a voiceover.
If you support our cause, your name will be sung by the simple people of my country in eternal gratitude to your magnificent efforts. Little children will smile when they hear your name.
Plus, it's always a lot easier with Jonah than it is with regular people like presidents and such. He tells Betty to have the press room get ready to put out an extra.
I'll do anything to help you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Do you think one extra is enough?
You're right. Miss Brandt, tell the press room we're going to put out a dozen extras.
It's your paper, Mr. Jameson.
$10 million is not enough. I'll get you $20 million.
I knew you were a man of reason.
The only time reason and Jonah Jameson belong in the same sentence is if you're saying the reason that Jonah Jameson is doing this is to feed his ego.
He must have the real Prime Minister hidden somewhere in the embassy.
Do not hold a dog's mouth shut like that. He can't breathe. This YouTube channel demands that Spider-Man be arrested for animal abuse. It's one of those things that a lot of people don't realize. Many of us grew up watching someone do that to get a dog to stop barking or whatever, but the fact is, it's traumatizing for the dog. Don't do it.
Uh-oh, trouble.
Rutania is another of those operations that only hires the best people.
I've been waiting for you, Spider-Man.
And I'm ready for you.
You fool! You underestimate the power of my cane.
At the very least, he underestimates its storage capacity.
Gad, what a bore you are! You no longer amuse me.
It won't work this time.
Go Gadget Kane. Inspector Gadget wouldn't come along until 1983, but I think I know where they got the idea. He forgot how much pull that propeller had. Next thing he knew, he was all over the room going like this. Whoa! Whoa!
Time for the final curtain.
Your spin cycle's unbalanced. Need to redistribute the load.
I've got a feeling they'll never believe me.
Oh, take the disguise off him and leave him for them to find, you nitwit. It's not necessary to have the real Prime Minister there to prove this guy is a fake. Expose him and let them find the real guy. Save yourself some work, dude. Delegate.
Spider-Man won't interfere again, Mr. Prime Minister.
He can guarantee this because...
A statue in my honor. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir.
The pigeons will love it.
I suspect Spider-Man will fly to Rutania twice a month to join them.
Through my efforts, the gold is on its way to Rutania from the airport tonight. And even Spider-Man won't be able to stop the special armored truck I arranged.
Is he also putting up the money? How does he always end up in the middle of these huge foreign policy deals? Plus, I'm not sure a $20 million shipment of gold is the securest way to give the country the aid they need. A lot can happen to an armored car full of gold. As in 1968, the price of gold was fixed by the government at $32 an ounce. There were 12 ounces to a pound. I know. They used something called troy weight instead of the standard 16-ounce pound that everything else used. I don't know why. Anyway, $20 million works out to well over 52,000 pounds. That armored car may need a bigger engine. I'll bet it doesn't have enough oomph to carry his statue either. That is not an armored car. That is a tank. It even has the big honking cannons.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I'm going to have to keep you from making a mistake. The man you're taking that gold to is a fraud.
I have my orders and I intend to carry them out. Now stand aside.
But unlike your average military tank, this one has 3 cannons. Once Spider-Man moved, one of those guys got the bright idea to use them to move the road obstacle. They blasted the trees to smithereens, drove forward, and the car disappeared in the resulting crater. Neither it, the gold, nor the guards were ever seen or heard from again.
The airport's my last chance.
This time, it might be expedient to have some idea what you intend to do after you stop the car.
I'll bet my spider sense that the real Prime Minister is in that trunk. Got to get aboard that plane.
They're still loading cargo. Why is the plane getting ready to take off? Not only did the pilot take off without making sure the door was shut, yes, even in 1968 we knew better than that, but the cargo ramp was still running. He wound up dumping 2/3 of the gold and the real Prime Minister all over the tarmac. Spider-Man rode that web all the way to Rutania before he realized he didn't have to.
The door is jammed, sir. Go forward. I'll close it.
No. Closing the door means moving it the other way. English may not be his first language.
Time to straighten up and fly right.
That's the trouble with being a one-trick pony. When your trick doesn't work anymore, what's left?
Hold on, sir. I'm coming.
This is not the real Prime Minister.
Why, that's the actor, Charles Cameo.
Yes, his name is Charles Cameo. If I had to hear that, so do you.
Spider-Man, indeed. If he hadn't bungled the whole affair, I would have been immortalized in marble.
He really thinks that actor would have made good on his promises. I know he's a soft touch for anybody who strokes his ego, but really?
Look, Mr. Jameson.
No! Ouch! That Spider-Man is a menace!
See? You got immortalized in something anyway. Now, don't you have something to say to Spider-Man, Jonah? Like maybe thank you? That's what polite boys do when someone gives them a gift. Come on, you can do it. There's a cookie in it for you if you say it and really mean it. You can do it, Jonah. He underestimates its storage capacity. As in that is a tank. It even